Well, this is really cool. So let's lighten this up just a little bit. When did you meet Christine Cooper?
First time
Yeah.
was both of us at a Rosenall race camp at Mammoth, California, 1970. We were 13 years old. She don't remember it, but I do. It's interesting because we ended up actually running that camp for 20 years after.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. But we actually got together, met at the World Cup finals in 1980, and that spring, John Buxman, Hans Stantiner, my colleagues on the team, we'd planned this California dream vacation. When the season was over after spring series, we were going to California in Buxy's van. Chris and I, we hooked up hard at that spring series, and she joined us. And we pretty much have never been apart since then, really, since we were 20, yeah.
You know, it really does help when, you are keyed into each other's lives. Doesn't mean you're running it, but to understand it really helps a lot. And when you have, I see a lot of folks that are coupled up or married or whatever, and they sort of do different things or whatever. And sometimes that works great, but it feels to me like the strength of a bond, of a relationship really comes from understanding a little bit about, you're never quite going to understand. You can live with someone 30 years and you'll still learn new things from them, which that's the fun part, is learning new things about them. But it feels to me like if you do understand a bit about them, like you guys both competitive skiing at the levels that you did, there's a camaraderie, there's sort of a team thing that happens, and it feels like in a relationship you really sort of need that.
Oh, absolutely. And we were lucky because we were experiencing the same thing at the same time,
right,
at the same track. So we were doing it and splitting the year up. And like I said, at that time, there were no phones. So we got creative. It was so fun. You could write a little letter, hand it to the Solomon rep who was going to go over to the women's World Cup next week, right? And that was how you kind of kept the juice going till you, got back with each other. And then, we had the highs and lows. I mean, I had my 84 experience of not getting named to the team, and she got a silver medal, So
right.
we went through a lot of those things in our life, and that is just all those experience, bond you deeper, right? You was there for me, I was there for her. I mean, it was just that whole thing, and the sun rises and sets with her now, man. That's how after this many years.
Well, it sure does help when you find someone like that, because it is tough. I think it is hard to find someone who really is connected in that deep of a level, and it's kind of cool. A lot of people I'm interviewing, they've found that, Tom Crum has that with Kathy, and
right.
And so it's kind of cool to see that a lot of the folks I know have found that,
Right. Yeah, it's special.